Happy Friday, everybody, and boy, do I have something for y'all today. Okay, so my low is pretty simple, There was nothing Hot Ones related yesterday, and I was actually feeling kind of sad. Seriously, pretty much all of 2023, with the exception of the very beginning of the year, has been man, there's no Hot Ones. What am I gonna do? And then, actually, there was Hot Ones, but there was, something Hot Ones related to talk about. But there's no Hot Ones yesterday. What am I going to do? And then a shining light had appeared in the form of what can only be described as my high for the day yesterday. And it was Chuggaaconroy gave out the final hint of what his next Let's Play is going to be. So yes, it's going to be the topic of today's video. And obviously, I also got to see my nephews. That's also part of my high. But, I can only mention that I watch my nephews and play with them every so often. That really doesn't make for I guess it kind of doesn't make for a decent video topic if I really try hard enough. But, Chuggaaconroy's next Let's Play, I have to talk about that today. As well as a certain event that I'm thinking about going to. I have to think this through, but definitely some things in the works for today. So nowhere left to begin by saying, for those of you who don't, I almost said Happy Friday again, but I just said that, so there's no point in saying it again. No, I need to talk about Chuggaaconroy's next Let's Play, because after the final hint, I am 99.9% certain, sure, positive, if you will, that I know what it is. Now, for those of you who don't already know, Chuggaaconroy is a YouTuber who specializes in doing Let's Plays of video games, specifically Nintendo video games, with a few exceptions here and there. Every single game he's ever done a Let's Play on has been Nintendo related. It's just you have a game like Okami, for instance, that he's done a Let's Play on. That was also for the PS2. My God, I'm old. Does anyone remember the PlayStation 2? I do. Got a lot of God of War memories on the PS2. And then I had to get a PS3 because that's the only console God of War 3 was coming out on. Anyway. So, as for my experience with Chuggaaconroy, for those of you who don't know, I've been watching Chuggaaconroy since summer of 2009, when he was in the middle of his Fire Red Let's Play. And this therefore makes him the person I have watched the most on YouTube my entire life. More than anyone. So from summer of 2009 till right now, April of 2023, I've been watching him the most. And that's not even including the fact he's on the Runaway Guys, which I also recommend you check out watching. That includes Proton John and Nintendo Capri Sun. Now, after every Let's Play Chuggaaconroy does, as one should after a big project, you take a break for a while. But he's always been very kind enough to give out 3 hints before he reveals what his next Let's Play is going to be. So naturally, this particular Let's Play I've been waiting for, in terms of giving, because seriously, in terms of how long it takes for him to give out, the hints, this wait felt like it was the longest, for me personally. For all I know, maybe it was actually shorter. I don't know. But it felt long. After he completed his Let's Play of Paper Mario, which was actually a replay of Paper Mario, but it was a very good Let's Play that he did, highly recommend you watch it, he then talked about his first hint, which is that this next Let's Play is a game that we, by that meaning his fans, have wanted to see him do for a very long time. it might be the thing we wanted. It might be the thing that we, again, as fans collectively, have wanted to see him do the most. Now, I say collectively, if you've been watching me for long enough, you know that the one Let's Play I've always wanted to see him do is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Because he's done Zelda games, it still baffles me he hasn't done Twilight Princess. And when he first gave out that hint, okay, Twilight Princess may actually be on the table. And then came his second hint, which I talked about a couple days ago, which was, in order to do everything in this game, really him, I mean, I guess if you're playing along, because you can play along for a Let's Play, sure, why not? We will be playing 5 different games. So much for Legends of Zelda Twilight Princess being on the table anymore. Now, at that point, the other day it made it sound like it was probably one over the other, but 2 sets of games came into my mind, particularly. The first that came into my mind on that Sunday when he first revealed the hint was he was doing Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. As that's actually 2 games. And the other 3 games would be Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And with all 5 of those games, you could do everything that you could in Generation 4. That's from, for those Pokemon fans out there, that's from Pokemon 1, which is Bulbasaur, to Pokemon 493, which is Arceus. Bro, I'm a Pokemon fan, and I will nerd out on you if I have to. Okay, so, that was the first game that came into mind. And then I started reading a bunch of comments from other fellow Chuggaaconroy fans. And they all immediately gravitated towards another set of Pokemon games, which are Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Now, a couple of years back, Chuggaaconroy did do a Let's Play on Pokemon Black and White. So, with him doing Black 2 and White 2, he did everything he could in Black and White. And there's one game that I never got back, because, full disclosure, I played all 4 of those games. I played Black, I played White, I did Black 2, I did White 2. Main story, all of them. Never really did the post-game stuff. Sorry about that. Anyway, my point is, I played all 4 of those games. Now, as a Pokemon fan, I can tell you I highly recommend you play those games because they are a lot of fun. The leveling up mechanic was the one thing I always really had a problem with. For those of you who don't know, up until Generation 5, how leveling up worked was, let's say you fight a Pokemon in the wild that always gives you, say, 100 experience points. No matter what level your Pokemon is at, it will always gain 100 experience points from battling said wild Pokemon. In Generation 5, however, that's when they started introducing the whole level cap thing, where, let's say you battle a Pokemon at like level 5 or whatever, and the Pokemon you defeat gives you 100 experience points. Say you get to level 10. That Pokemon is only going to give you about maybe half of that. The very same kind of Pokemon that you fought that gave you 100 experience points now gives you like 50. Again, and basically the number gets less and less for the higher you level up. That always kind of bothered me. Luckily in Generation 6 they fixed it with the whole experience share, where all Pokemon are leveling up at the same time. I mean, a lot of fans complain that it made the game easier. Bro, it's a game. You're supposed to be having fun. I mean, yeah, losing is a part of life and stuff like that, but come on. It's a game. It's supposed to entertain you for however many hours it takes you to beat it. It lets you, empty your mind, Have fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But yes, listen, full disclosure, I'm a firm believer in the whole losing is a part of life thing. I get that. Believe me, I respect that. I have been humbled by that very concept myself. So I know. But come on, it's a video game. You can let that one slide. a little, okay? You can do that. Okay, rant over. Now, So, with Black 2 and White 2, the prequels of Black and White and the Dream Radar, that is also 5 games. So, already I have not one, but 2 sets of 5 games in which Chuggaaconroy could very well be playing. For those of you who also haven't figured it out, Chuggaaconroy is going to make the reveal tonight. And I'll be doing a follow-up video on that tomorrow. It'll actually be at 5 o'clock, which actually coincides with an event I'm thinking about doing, but I'll get to that in a minute. Or momentarily. Anyway, so that's the second hint. First hint was it's a game you've all been waiting for him to do. And the second hint is, in order to complete everything, you need to play 5 games. And now we get to the third hint. The final hint that he gave us last night. And this is where things get even more baffling. Because the final hint was the fact that the game that he is about to play is a direct sequel. Now, with that, of course it has to be Black 2 and White 2, right? That's literally a direct sequel. And it is, as the events of Black 2 and White 2 take place 2 years after the events of Black and White. So everything's really starting to make sense, right? Well, if you didn't start playing Pokemon from Generation 5 and started much earlier than that, because remember, I've actually been following Pokemon from the very beginning. I know about every main series game that you could ever possibly play. From Red, Blue, and Yellow, all the way up to Scarlet and Violet, what you have right now. And any remakes that have come out in the process, including Fire Red and Leaf Green, but more specifically, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The very 2 games I mentioned earlier, which was my first guess for me, as to what his next, and as to what Chuggaaconroy's next play was going to be. Fun fact about Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and for that matter, a fun fact about the original Gold and Silver. Gold and Silver take place 3 years after the events of Red, Blue, Yellow. Or in the events of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they take place after the events of Fire Red and Leaf Green. 3 years. Thus making the argument that Heart Gold and Soul Silver is also a direct sequel. That's the sole reason why. That is the very thing keeping me from flat out agreeing with absolutely everyone that it is in fact Black 2 and White 2. And quite frankly, I'm leaning toward the fact it's Black 2 and White 2. I'm not going to dispute that. I really do believe it's Black 2 and White 2. However, if I was to put percentages on it, you know what I just said earlier, I'm 99.9% sure. What keeps me from saying 100% is, again, what I just said about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Because that is a direct sequel as well, technically. So, we will see in about just over 10 hours from now. For those of you who don't know, it's just like, it's right before 7 o'clock in the morning as I'm doing this. So, there you go. Actually, I was like, I just did a double take because, wait, did that say 8? No, it's almost 7 o'clock, okay. Like, I know for a fact it's not 8 o'clock because I've been up since like 5 doing stuff, getting ready, preparing stuff, whatever, cleaning around here. The point is, I've been a very busy boy this morning. Actually, last night I made some pickles for the first time in a while. I'll probably take a quick photo of what I made. Actually, I could take a photo. Seriously, like, I have like a jar I made since like spring or summer of like last year. And it's actually still really good. Pickles keep forever, dude. Like, the jars are completely sealed. They pretty much keep forever as long as they're in the refrigerator and the jars are sealed. So there you go. I'm getting distracted. So, As of right now, if I were to make an absolute guess as to what the Let's Play is going to be based on those 3 hints, I am very strongly leaning towards Black 2 and White 2. However, if it winds up being Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I technically did say that first. So technically I get bragging rights anyway. And as we all know, bragging rights are the best kind of rights. So there you have it. It's either going to be Black 2 and White 2 or Heart Gold Soul Silver. But me personally, Black 2 and White 2 is going to be it. But only time will tell. I mean, we all just have over 10 hours to ponder it. And at 5 o'clock, Chuggaaconroy himself will make the announcement. And I will be waiting with bated breath. Now, though, speaking of things going on at 5, there is an event going on tonight here in Elmira that I am legitimately considering going to. No, it's not live after 5. That doesn't start until, like, mid-May. No, what's going on is that there's one bar in Elmira referred to as the Ill Eagle Tap House. Ill Eagle spelled I-L-L, and then Eagle like the bird, E-A-G-L-E. But you say it together, you say illegal, so there you go. Tonight, they're actually going to be opening their rooftop for people to just sit out there and watch the view and everything. What's keeping me from saying I'm absolutely going? I mean, listen, it's Friday night. I really do want to be with my folks, even though it's just going to be my dad and I until my mom gets home from work. My mom works today. Not to mention, because I'm going to be in quarantine the entire day, only for me to drive all the way back here, and then, visiting my parents again, probably. So there's the whole gas thing I gotta worry. I'm a bit of a cheapskate on that one, on that front. That's on me. But we'll see. It really does sound like an exciting prospect. And here's the thing. Another reason why I really do want to go is because they explicitly stated, the folks at Illegal, the good folks over at Illegal Tap House explicitly stated that they're opening the rooftop for an exclusive one-night only event. Well, by that logic, I have to go. I mean, I may not get another opportunity like this. I mean, the reason why they're opening up, there's a very good reason why they're opening it up tonight, and that's because it's going to be a hot day today. Like, after a week of getting, rained on and cold and wind, after we just had a week of your car essentially becoming a hot box in the afternoon, the hot weather is back. And I get the feeling this time, not only is it going to be much more consistent, but today it's going to come back with a vengeance. So, I recommend anyone in my immediate area to stay cool and hydrated. Need hydration. Personally, I myself am a little too hydrated right now. I have a whole lot of water weight on me. Yeah. Have I told you I never really think I look that good? And I know what's wrong with me is only water weight, but I still don't like it, but that's on me. See, this is why I need a girlfriend, because a girlfriend wouldn't necessarily care about that. Okay, I digress though. So that's it. There's an event going on at Illegal tonight. And tonight we will get Chuggaaconroy's legitimate reveal of what his next Let's Play is going to be. I'm thinking it's going to be Black 2 and White 2. But there's a very strong possibility I'll be wrong. But yeah, I'm thinking Black 2 and White 2. You'll know what my reaction is tomorrow morning. Don't worry. I do plan on doing a follow-up video. So, there. I am really sure what I am really positive on what, I am really 100% positive on what Chuggaaconroy's next Let's Play is going to be. Maybe. I hope y'all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humble to make this video for all you guys watching. Enjoy for today. We'll be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, from these one type of channel, we'll be here to London. Always say that. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.